Hey guys, Tony C. Davis here. I want to thank you for joining us on this. I was getting ready to say Blab. I've been using that platform also, the Google Hangout. It's our Tuesday session of Mastermind, and I have Mr. Cortez, the coach Thornton, on the Hangout with us. So, Cortez, how you doing tonight?
Doing all right, Tony. How about yourself, man?
All right, I appreciate you for coming on tonight and just sharing with us. You and I and some others were supposed to be on the hangout tonight, but my plan, guys, is to put together a group of entrepreneurs, different fields, different niches, to work together to just share the knowledge that we have. I do have a call coming in, so let's see how this works.
Yeah, that might be somebody getting ready to pop in with us as well.
Okay, well, I don't see anybody popping up. And guys, for you that don't know, I'm fairly new to the Google Hangouts, and so Cortez may be a little more familiar with this than I am. But again, the best way to do something is to try and try. You might fail a couple of times, but the best way to do it is just continue to do it till you get it right. So that's what we're doing. But like I was saying before the call was coming in, we're looking to put together a group of individuals, entrepreneurs, who can work together, maybe different niches, to just share the knowledge that we have to help people overcome those financial challenges that they have. So, Cortez, just tell our viewers a little bit about yourself.
Sure, I am Cortez, the coach, everybody's favorite fatherpreneur, and basically, I'm an internet marketer in several different niches. But one of my primary niches is teaching people how to build a bigger and better brand to get more traffic, leads, and sales to their offer using things like blogging, email marketing, video marketing, and that sort of thing. And definitely using your social media platforms and presence to drive traffic to your offer so that you can ultimately get more people to know, like, and trust you, and ultimately start doing business with you, whether you're selling a product or whether you're trying to build a team with network marketing. I do my best to provide tips and strategies on how to do all of that stuff while at the same time building a killer personal brand.
So, how long have you been doing this? You may have mentioned that, but my wife just came in. I kind of got a little distracted. So how long have you been doing this?
I've been trucking along as an internet marketer for the last 4 years. I've always had a home-based business of some sort for the last 15 to 18 years or so, with very limited success until I jumped online and started understanding some of the attraction marketing principles and content marketing type strategies. And now I'm starting to hit a little bit of a groove as to what it actually takes for you to start making money online in different arenas and using different platforms and modalities.
Okay. So, what's been your greatest challenge? We may have mentioned that last week, but I don't remember. So, I'm just, for those who are new today, what's been your greatest challenge when it comes to working online?
You know what? My greatest challenge it has been really getting with a mentor and following a proven system and just, taking it one step at a time. And then also getting to the realization of accepting who I am. I'm a different kind of dude, man, and I've always been trying to do things the way other people do them, and try to take on other people's personas and personalities. But when it comes to attraction marketing and content marketing, the best thing for you to do is be yourself. And I'm finally learning how to get comfortable in my own skin and just do the things that I want to do, because believe it or not, there's a market out there for everybody. There are people out there just like you who will resonate with what you say. I will say the exact same thing, but in a different way. But the people who are more like me would resonate a little bit more with me than you, even though we have the same message. So once you get that clear and you understand that, I think anybody who's will demonstrate the consistency that it takes for you to have success online will ultimately start building that tribe and that fan base. And then once you start building that tribe and providing value over time, then ultimately you'll be able to tap into that tribe with products and offers and make money from that tribe as well.
And guys, I just, Cortez and I are both, honest with you. This was not necessarily, we don't have a plan for today because we actually had some more guests we're expected to be on. So we're kind of just playing off each other. And we want to be just as open and honest with you as you can. So you mentioned a mentor, Cortez. You said being able to follow that mentor's advice. Um, Tell me a little bit more about your struggle with following a mentor, and I'll just give you something that I've learned.
Yeah, it basically, can you hear me okay? I plugged in my headphones and
Yeah,
I just want to make sure you can hear me okay. Okay,
yeah.
cool. And I'm going to turn my volume down just a little bit too, real quick. 'Cause these headphones are really good. I stole them from my son. Uh, so they're loud. uh, but you know what? Just it, the Lone Ranger, lone wolf type deal. I've always been that type of person because I've always been surrounded by people who were not always of the same mindset, that go-getter mentality, so to speak. So when you're around those kind of people, and you're a visionary, which I consider myself to be a visionary, I had gotten used to saying I'm going to do something and then just stepping out and doing it on my own, because I never had that type of surrounding or those people around me that would say, hey, okay, I see that you're hungry. I see that you really want to go after your dreams and goals. Well, here, I've already made it to a certain level. Let me mentor you and coach you so you can avoid some pitfalls and help you get at least to the level that I've made it to, a lot easier than going at it alone. So that took a little bit of me getting out of my own way, putting my ego in my back pocket, so to speak, and saying, hey, they've obviously know something that I don't know, or they're doing something that I don't do or don't know how to do. So it just makes sense to listen, learn, and basically piggyback. And the other thing about this industry is we come from a school system where it's shunned upon to cheat and copy somebody else. Well, and when it comes to internet marketing and following a mentor and a coach, they pretty much want you to emulate a lot of the things that they're doing. So it's, we get to a place where it's like, okay, he did this, so I don't want to be like him. I want to do it my own way. And no, if his way works, then do it his way or her way works. Because I've got a couple of female mentors and a couple guys that I follow as well. If their way works, they actually want you to copy them, especially if you're in some sort of network marketing or affiliate marketing where your success is tied to their success. So they definitely want you to model the things that they're having success with, so that you can have your own success, but also your success is tied to their success as well. So I had to check that ego, man, and stop banging my head up against the wall and just start doing what the leaders are doing.
And that makes a lot of sense for me. I've always been a fairly independent person, and and I maybe you and I spoke before, maybe one of my other friends. Like take for instance in the job market, in a job, exactly what you have to do. They train you, and then you go out there and do that consistently over and over again like a robot. But then when you come into the network marketing online field, it's totally different. And so it takes the time to adapt to the different skill sets, or learn the different skill sets. And, me being an independent person, I would get a mentor. And after about a couple of weeks, I'm trying to do it on my own, but you have to learn how to follow the systems that have been successful for them. And I learned that most great mentors had a mentor. And exactly. So, and it's a ever learning process. You got to continue to learn, continue to grow in order to be what you want to be. And then during the process of modeling them, you can still use your own personality, but just follow the system, because I think somebody said, systems work regardless.
Yep. I totally agree. And that was the thing that I couldn't figure out how to be myself and follow the system at the same time too. So that was one of the challenges, is like, if someone did something a certain way and I would copy them to a T, and then I wouldn't have the same success because I wasn't being me within the system. I'm a youth basketball coach, and the name of the game is to get more baskets than the other team and or stop them from getting baskets. But there's a million and one ways for you to do that and still follow the same rules that everybody else is playing by. So a system is the same way. You can follow the methods and rules that are laid out within that system, but there's different nuances within that system that will allow you to be yourself and do it in accordance to your own personality. And then that's the other thing that attracted me to online marketing, because I had to come to the realization that I'm not the guy who's comfortable with approaching friends and family about business opportunities and doing things like that. I'm not the guy who's going to cold contact in the mall and Walmart and things like that. So when I was approached and started looking into internet marketing, it just made such great sense to me that, hey, there's another way to accomplish the same things. Yes, I'm still building teams, but I'm building teams based on people coming to me for the information or to learn more about the information that I'm constantly sharing. So it makes it a little bit easier, and that fits better with my personality versus me initiating conversations with strangers or me hounding friends and family about how great my opportunity is, how great my products and services are. It became better for me to use the attraction marketing method, and that worked for me, and I'm having a lot of fun doing it.
Another word you mentioned consistency. How difficult was it for you to be consistent in your efforts when you first started out?
Well, it wasn't difficult for me to be consistent because, like I said, I've had the entrepreneurial bug since I was a child. So to be consistent wasn't the issue, but to consistently do the right things became the issue. Because if you've been online for any amount of time, then you know there's what's called income producing activities.
Yeah.
So because you have your own business, a lot of times we get caught up in doing things in our business, but they're not income producing activities. But I can still say I put 4 hours in my business today and poke my chest out, but none of those things that I was doing today, refreshing Facebook and checking my stats and all of that, none of that stuff puts income in your pocket. Right. So as of recently, I would say the last 12 or 14 months or so, I have taken on the task of being consistent with income producing activities. So that's what became more. So I didn't have a problem getting up, doing something in my business every day, but then I had to get serious and say, you know what, that something isn't always going to produce results. Make sure I'm doing some activities that's going to produce results every day and doing that more consistently. So that was the initial struggle. I would always get up and do something in my business, but now I'm more focused on doing income producing activities more consistently. So that's what has helped me thus far over the last 12 months or so.
Okay, you talked about income producing activities. Take what we're doing right now. Now, this is a live broadcast, and it's going out on YouTube and Google Plus, and we can actually use this later. So you've been, what I've noticed, loading or producing videos on YouTube. These particular videos could generate you income years on down the road.
That is correct. So at any point, that's why I love video marketing over a lot of the other the marketing that I do. I do blog. I have a couple blogs, but guess what? My blogs primarily consist of me doing a video and embedding that video in my blog.
That's me.
And I might write a paragraph or two about what's going on in the video. But yes, what we're doing now is considered an income producing activity, because we're allowing people to get to know, like, and trust us, and show them a little bit about our authority in some of these areas that we're talking about tonight, and that's going to attract people to us. Secondly, once this video is produced and uploaded, we can then take this video or clips of this video and then market it to our individual niches with clips and information that will help them grow. And thus, we're providing value to the marketplace. We're providing value to our audience, and that will just keep them around long enough for them to say, you know what? I like the way they teach. I like what they train on. I like the things that they provide, the information that they provide. Maybe I'll go over to their website and see if they have some products for sale. Maybe there's an opportunity for me to join and partner with these guys. So the recording of the video is the beginning of one income producing activity. But then from there, to be able to further market and distribute this video and this content to our list. So I'm going to email it out to my email list so they can come and check it out. I might cut it up and just send some clips on Facebook and attract people to come and watch the full version of it. But those would be other income producing activities where we can either go after broadening our audience, getting more people to subscribe to the channels and that sort of thing, but also providing value to those people who follow us in the form of coaching and training, but also growing our individual brands by letting people know that it's a good idea to partner with us because we can bring some value to you if you're trying to make money online.
And you know, this is just valuable to me. I just writing some notes down. What you just said, something I never thought about. You know, I thought about, of course, taking the video and, you know, putting it on. It's going to YouTube anyway, but posting something on Facebook, that's a given. But I never thought about, you know, dividing these clips or something and editing and, you know, sending out something to an email list. You know, that's value right there. You just added for me.
Well, cool. I can go to sleep tonight. I added some value to somebody's life. But seriously, that's the name of the game, man. Yes, we're all trying to make money, but when it comes to entrepreneurship, whether you're online or offline, the name of the game is you're directly compensated by way of the amount of value that you provide to the marketplace. So if we're constantly giving value to the marketplace, ultimately that very same marketplace is going to allow us to extract value from it. And sometimes the value, it comes in the form of more knowledge so that we can continue to teach. Sometimes the value comes in the form of a simple email address so we have people to market to down the road. And sometimes that value comes in the form of dollars. So we're always exchanging value for value. And the more you put value into the marketplace, the more you're able to extract value from the marketplace.
And that what you just said reminded me of a clip I saw today. Ty Lopez, he does a live stream thing from California. I think that's where he lives. And they were talking about like when you do videos and things of that nature, you can actually, and again, this is fairly new to me, taking the audio and stripping the audio out and then doing transcription and things of that nature. This is fairly new, you know, I never thought those type of things could be done, but people are doing them and helping to, again, add value. Some of the, you know, the transcripts they're giving away for free and building their email list. So this is the type of information, the type of knowledge we want to be able to share with people who feel like there's no other opportunity out there. There's nothing they can do other than go to a job. You know, first of all, you got to learn the skills, surround yourself with the right people, and then be willing to get out there and do something you're not comfortable doing. I can remember the first time I got on video, I did not like it. It took me a long time to do a second video.
Right.
And to be honest with you, I still don't care too much for doing videos, but because I've done it, you know, you gain a following and people, you know, they like videos.
Yeah. And you're absolutely right. And that's it's called content marketing for a reason, because everything and video is so powerful because it allows you to create so many pieces of content from one video. We talked about cutting the video up and making several different smaller clips. All right. You talked about being able to strip the audio from the video, and that audio from this very video can become a podcast.
Yeah.
That's a different form of getting a message out. You talked about having the video transcribed, and that transcription can be turned into a PDF, an ebook, or what have you, and that can be sold separately or given away separately or you can put it all together as one package. You get the audio and the video for people who love auditory learning and watching videos. You transcribe it for people who love to read more than they do love to watch videos, and then you can embed it in the blog and have the entire thing transcribed under the video inside of a blog post. But the name of the game, man, is to get yourself out of your comfort zone. Here's what I learned about the comfort zone. It's cool, but nothing ever grows there. Think about that.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
You're in your comfort zone and you're so comfortable that you stop growing. And in this life, if you're not growing, you're dying.
Wow.
And I know that's heavy for this kind of conversation, but I want people to really think about that from a standpoint of, if you're not pursuing your dreams, then your dream is dying inside you. So these are opportunities and mediums and methods that you could use to start bringing and resuscitating some of those dreams and bringing them back to life. What are the things that you are passionate about? I guarantee you, if we sit down and talk long enough, I don't care if your passion is underwater basket weaving, I can help you understand how to use the internet and the tools of internet marketers to generate an income from underwater basket weaving. And the purpose of your passion, I believe we were all given these passions by our Creator so that they will pull us towards our individual purposes. Because if you think about it, why are you passionate about the things that you're passionate about? You don't know. I just am. I just love basketball. I just love coaching kids. I just love mentoring. But I don't know where that initially came from. I don't remember waking up one day and just all of a sudden, I just love coaching. This is just what I'm going to do. That's a fire that was lit inside of me by my Creator. And the reason it's there is because my greater purpose has something to do with me mentoring, coaching, guiding, teaching, and grooming the next generation. And I believe everybody, and I believe if everybody found a way to make money from those passions, then everybody will always and consistently be moving towards their life's purpose. But because you go to school and get a good job, because you want a good paycheck, a lot of times the things we're doing on a job are so far removed from our passion that we'll never find our purpose.
Wow. I believe it was Les Brown, and somebody else may have said it before Les Brown, but said the most valuable piece of real estate is at the cemetery because of all the dreams that died there.
Exactly. And I refuse to die with any music left in me. My wife gets on me all the time because she says, why don't you just focus on one thing? Just you just focus on one thing. And it's since I was a child, I've always been given all of these ideas. I've been able to see more than the average person. And it's like, man, there's so many avenues, and sometimes it's difficult for me to just focus on one thing because I get these ideas that come so fervently that it's like, man, somebody has to do something. So even if I can't finish, if I can get it started and somebody else picks it up and makes $1 billion with it, I'm cool with it because I got it out of me.
It's funny you say that. I guess that's why we connected, because that's me. I see, I'm a pastor here in the great state of Georgia, and of course the ministry is a passion, but there's so much more out there that is available for us. And I'm like you, you have several different things going on, and my wife has said the same thing. If you focus, and focus is important, and that has been one of my downfalls, not being able to focus on a certain area. But also, I have all this passion for greater inside me. So and I told my children, the reason I'm working so hard now because I really didn't begin to branch out until maybe the last 5 or 6 years. And so I'm coming up on 50. And I hope and pray I got a lot more years left in me, but like you're running out of time.
Exactly. And you don't want, especially for me, my wife just recorded, my son had, he's a senior in high school, and they had what's called Writers Week at their school. And he's into drama and music and that sort of thing. So Writers Week allows the students of the school, the current students of the school, to perform an original piece, whether it's poetry, whether they play music, and then they also have some of the alumni of the school come back, and some of them have gone on to start music careers, and some of them are music educators at different schools and that sort of thing. But he played his piece today, and it was well received. And I just was thinking to myself, one of the reasons I do what I do is so that they can continue to pursue their dreams and
Exactly.
not have to give their dreams up so they can get a job to feed themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's
that's where the dreams are dying, is I'm going to give up my passion, because if my passion is music, and I don't want to go to school and study music, or if I can't get a job doing music, or if I have to put my music on hold so that I can get a job so I can pay for my own place and all that kind of stuff, a lot of times we never get back to doing the things that we're so passionate about. And I told my wife today, I said, man, I want him to continue to have the time to do what he loves to do, and take it as far as it will take him until he decides to no longer do it, and not until life pushes him into a corner where he's forced to have to do something just to make ends meet and give up that passion. Because again, that passion can lead him to his life's purpose. And I think that's the end goal, is for us all to identify why we were really put here.
well, you kind of hit a nerve right there. I know you may not have intended to, but my oldest daughter, when she was younger, she's good at music, but when she was younger, she started taking violin lessons, and she was good at the violin, doing real well with the violin. But the violin teacher moved, and so we weren't able to afford to be able to take her to another violin teacher, which was in another city away
Mhm.
from us. You know, it was very costly. And so she gave up the violin. And although she still loves music, she never went back to the violin. She never really went back to
Mhm.
the piano. And you know, I resent that for me, you
Mhm.
know,
Right.
because you know, had we been in a better position, she would not have
Mhm.
to given up the violin. And
Right.
so
That.
now my
Mhm.
oldest daughter just had our first granddaughter back in December, actually New Year's Eve. And so I'm saying now I have a granddaughter, and I want to be in a position where my granddaughter can be able to do whatever she wants to do, you know, to
Mhm.
reach her passions, to reach her dreams. Again, I still have my children, but you know, they're getting older now, and I just don't want to, you know, leave that, you know, I don't want them falling into the same traps of just dropping your dreams and your goals.
Yeah, and that's what, unfortunately, that's what this world does to us. It beats us down in such a way that it's difficult to uh, pursue your passions unless you come from parents who are well off, or parents who are like us, who are trying to figure out business systems and ways to generate residual income, passive income, so that you can continue those pursuits without having to get a full-time job, so to speak. So yeah, congratulations on the new grandbaby, man.
Oh, thank
I'm excited about the opportunity to be a grandfather. I have 5 sons. I couldn't get
wow.
that baby girl I wanted, so I'm hoping one of them will give me a granddaughter who I can treat like a daughter, and maybe that'll work out for me. But you're absolutely right, man. As a parent, it kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth that you're not in a position to help them fulfill some of their dreams. But like I said, now with the advent of the internet, I'm teaching my kids now that there's ways to monetize those passions early on, so that you can stick with them. Because
Exactly.
trust me, as an adult, if I could find a way to get paid from some of the passions that I have, I wouldn't be working a full-time job.
Yeah.
And I think if we can help our kids understand that from an entrepreneurial standpoint, that if you are looking to stay with this pursuit, then figure out a way to generate a little income from it. And the internet has literally opened my eyes to so many different ways that you can make money doing something that you're passionate about. That for my children, they're starting to understand that. I have two, my youngest two play ball. Now at 5'3" and 5'7", 5'3" and 5'4", they're tiny for ball players. So of course they all have that dream. They want to play in college and all of that stuff. But what I know now is you can make money like the NBA players without having to make it to the NBA
Exactly.
using this internet, using some of these resources, creating courses, creating training programs, and branding and marketing, and throwing celebrity basketball games and all of that kind of stuff. These are all different ways that somebody is making money from their love of the sport of basketball without having to be a professional basketball player or a professional basketball coach. I know a basketball trainer who is making $500,000 a year selling his own basketball training courses.
Yeah.
Teaches kids how to dribble, teaches them basketball fundamentals. He has a shooting series, he has a defense series. So if we can get into our children's heads that the tool called the internet and this technology that they have, they're walking around with $1,000 computers in their pocket called smartphones. If we can teach them what we're learning as far as internet marketing goes, how people are monetizing Instagram. Well, some of these kids are walking around with 20,000 followers on Instagram.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So what I'm saying
And
is,
talking about nothing.
and talking about nothing. So I'm saying, hey, if you understand the power of this tool, and you and your buddies that follow you, you guys are all passionate about some of the same things, then what if out of that 20,000 you got 1,000 of them to subscribe to um, membership website where you guys are exchanging video game ideas or something, and they're all subscribing at $5 a piece,
Yeah, yeah,
and you get 1,000 of them to do that, and y'all just going over the latest video game strategies or whatever. But that's a way that you can monetize your lifestyle as it's living now, and that's something that can grow with you, so you can continue to pursue your passions no matter what they are, no matter how old those passions will take you. Because at 41, I'm still on the basketball court trying to run up and down the court with these young whippersnappers, man. That's just something that I love to do. And if I had my money the way that I would like to, I would probably play ball 4 or 5 days a week,
yeah.
because
Well,
that's just how much I love it.
more power to you on that. Last time I played ball, I hurt for 2 weeks afterwards. So, well, kind of wrap things up. Just tell the listeners, what you're actually doing to generate some income right now, what you're building, and a little bit more about your brand.
Cool. Okay, so what I do primarily is I teach people how to turn their passions into profit. If you are passionate about anything, there's a handful of ways that you can turn those passions into profit. So you can go to my website at www.iamcortez.com. The primary product that I have to offer the listeners is a branding station called the Kalatu Blogging Branding Station. What that is, it is a blogging station that allows you to create your own blog site. You can create up to 10 of them. So whatever you're passionate about, you can have a blog and a website built to that passion, and you can start branding yourself as an authority in that marketplace and letting everybody know that you have some products that you can offer or some services that you can offer while you're building a brand. The second thing is, within that blogging platform and that system, is online marketing education. It's basically an online marketing university. So if you have a product or service that you want to offer, or an expertise, and you want to get rolling, you need a place on the internet to call home. The blogging platform will be that for you. If you are serious about making money online using your expertise, using the product or service that you currently have, then the online marketing training that comes with that platform will teach you how to identify your target market. It will teach you how to market on social media. It will teach you all the things that you need to know to actually build that personal brand and monetize that passion. So those are a couple of the primary things that I have going on as an internet marketer. Looks like Tyrone is on the call. All right.
Tyrone.
All
Yes.
right. So those are some of the things that I have going on. Again, the website is www.iamcortez.com. On the very top of the video, I have a welcome video that's welcoming you to that blog, but then you'll see an opt-in box right next to that video. If you're interested in learning more about that blogging platform, then you can just put your name and email address in that box, and a video will play giving you some details about that.
All right. Well, hey, I do appreciate you, my friend. Again, Tyrone, I just saw his picture come up, and I don't know. Guys, like I said, Google Hangouts is fairly new for me, so I see one of our other presenters. He came on, and let's see. Tyrone, I want to hold on. Showing the broadcast. Tyrone, can you hear us? Go ahead and
Looks like he's muted, so you have to unmute, and then he should be able to
go
jump
ahead
on.
and unmute yourself, Tyrone. I see him up there. I just don't know how to. Well, there I am.
Yeah, if he unmutes and starts talking, it should kick him right into the conversation.
Hey, Tyrone, if you go up to the top, you should see a microphone. Looks like you're muted out. You can go ahead and come into the room. Cortez, now for those that are interested, may have missed that, go ahead and give your website again.
Sure, the website is www.iamcortez.com.
Hey, okay, I just heard somebody. Who is that?
I need my earbuds.
Okay, now who is this?
I guess I haven't even
I don't know who that is. I heard somebody call my name. What's your website again, Cortez?
Oh, here it is. Oh.
www.iamcortez.com. So IamCortez.com. It's free internet marketing training via my blog series. So I'm always blogging and shooting videos about different marketing strategies. But also you can join the team if you need a blogging platform. Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you. Who is it? Yeah. Who is it? Can you
I
hear?
have to make sure.
Can you hear me,
I need to
Cortez?
make sure that I log
I can hear you
out
and
of
her.
the browser when I created the blab.
Okay, who is this?
Name.
Hello.
So let me make. I gotta make sure I did that.
And she's talking about blab.
Yes, he's talking about.
That's fine. It's fine. Blab's a bit tricky. We'll see when you log into.
I don't know who that is, man.
Yeah.
Hey, Cortez, I'm gonna go ahead and stop the broadcast, man.
Minimize.